Hello, lovely people. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today, we want to help those with stubborn debtors who are refusing to pay. In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 spiritual works you can do to make your stubborn debtors to pay you. Before you do any spiritual work like what I'm coming to talk about in this video, you have to cleanse yourself from all negative energies so that the spiritual work becomes successful. One way to cleanse negative energies is egg cleansing. What you have to do is that get one local egg, get inside your room and go naked. Now use the egg to touch all parts of your body from your head to your toe. You will be praying as you use the egg to touch your body, and then you say that you cleanse yourself from all negative energies. That will stop the work, and you also drive away all satanic spirits around that will destroy the work you are about to do. You pray and pray and pray and pray. And then when you feel that you have prayed enough, what you do is that you now tie the egg in a black cloth or black polythene bag. And then you go to nearby bush or refuse dump and throw the egg away without looking back. Please, you are not supposed to dispose of the egg in your own home's dustbin. Please, don't do that. Go outside and then throw it away. So after throwing the egg away, you now come back into your house and then you do any of the 3 spiritual works I'm going to talk about in this video for your debtors to pay you hurriedly. So please, now let's look at the 3 things we are going to do. The first thing you can do for your stubborn debtor who is refusing to pay you after all that you have tried and tried and tried to get your debt, the person is not willing to pay. So what you are supposed to do is that you get the leaf called the do as I say. The do as I say leaf is scientifically called the Euphoria hiata. Some people also call it the asthma herb, and then in Ghana it is called the Kikariadri. People call it the asthma herb because it is used to treat asthma. So it is a very common herb. For those people who have asthma, what you are supposed to do is that you get this particular leaf and then you boil. Anytime you want to take it, you take it warm with honey as tea. You take it for 1 month and then you see that you'll be free from the asthma. For the purpose of this exercise, what you are supposed to do is that just get 3 stalks of the leaf. What you see on the screen is 1 stalk. So you get 3 of the stalks and then you get half a cube of sugar. Now you chew the 2 together. You chew the leaf and then the sugar together. And then after chewing, if the person is not close to you, you pick a phone to call the person to convince the person. You see that because of the power God has imposed in the leaf, the person will be coerced to pay you. Even if the person was not willing to pay, the person will be willing to pay you at that moment. You see that the person can even go and sell something and then use the money to pay you. And then if the person is also close to you, you can easily walk to the person's house to take your money. So that is all about how to use this particular leaf to collect your debt. Now let's look at another option. If you don't get this leaf, let's look at the second option that you can do. Now the second option available for you to ensure that the stubborn debtor comes to pay you your money is to get a small tuber of cassava. So what you are going to do with the cassava is that you roast it in fire. Please, you are not going to put it in a saucepan to roast it or anything like that. What you are going to do is that you just put the cassava directly in fire and then you allow it to be roasted to a very high temperature and then it becomes very hot. So after being very hot, you remove it and then use a thick piece of cloth to hold it in one hand. And then the other hand, what you do is that you use a small knife to remove the thread-like material from that cassava. You see that in the middle of cassava there is some thread-like material inside. Please, you are not going to cut the cassava into 2 to remove the thread, but you use that small knife that you have to remove the thread, or if you can use your hand to force it out, you can force it out. And then what you do is that you take a small piece of paper with nothing written on it and then use a red pen to write the name of the debtor. So the name of the debtor that you are going to write, it can be the person's full name. If you know the full name, fine, you write the full name. If you don't also know the full name, you just write the one name that you know. If you also know the nickname of the person, you just write only that one. And then after writing it on the piece of paper, you fold that piece of paper into a very small size. You fold it like cigarette, how you fold cigarette, and then you push inside that hole being created in the cassava. You force that piece of paper inside that hole. And then what you do is that you now speak to the cassava. You now say that, may the stubborn debtor, you mention a person's name. If the person's name is Kofi, you say that, may stubborn debtor Kofi face hotness as the hotness in the cassava until he pays me my money. So you say this for 7 times. Now you wrap it in a black cloth or a black polythene bag and dispose it off. The person will be very uncomfortable, and then the person will rush to come and pay you your money. Now let's look at the third option available. The third spiritual work that you can do to get your money from your stubborn debtor is to get the miracle leaf. The miracle leaf is very common. Scientifically, it is called the Kalanko pinnata. In Ghana, it is called the Tamiu. This particular plant is called the miracle leaf because it does a lot of miracles and wonders. For example, if your BP is very high and then every morning you just pick 2 of these leaves and then you chew it with small onion for 4 days or 5 days, you see that your BP will just come to normal. If you are being attacked by witches, wizards, and then demons, principalities, and nothing is going to work for you, anything that you do fails, just get about 10 pieces of this leaf and then you squeeze it in water. If it is more than 10 too, there is no problem with that, but just make sure that you squeeze enough of this leaf in water and then you use it to bath only at the night. So if you do it for 7 days, you see that all those principalities, witches, wizards, and all those stuff will just leave your life for good. There are a lot of things that we can talk about this leaf, but because we do not want this video to be very long, we shall pause it here, and then later on we shall talk about it in our next video. So please, if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe so that you also benefit from those videos. For the purpose of this particular exercise, what you are supposed to do is that just get 7 of these leaves and then you write the name of the debtor with a red pen. So you write the name of the person on all the 7 leaves, and then what you do is that you put it inside fire, and then as the leaf will be burning, just say that, as the leaf face some hotness, may your debtor also face hotness in his life until he pays you your money. And then you see that the person will just rush and come and pay you your money. So this is a very simple but effective way to ensure that your debtor pays you. Please, thank you very much for watching our video. We really appreciate you. In our next video, we shall talk about how to use milk and garlic to ensure that you get manpower in bed. So please, kindly subscribe to the channel so that you also benefit. The last time we talked about how to use the male pawpaw tree to get manpower, but those people in urban centers are always saying that they don't get the male pawpaw tree. So please, we are going to talk about how to use the milk and then garlic to do certain things so that you also get manpower in bed. That same remedy is good for sciatica pain and stubborn pains in the body and a whole lot of benefits. We shall talk about them in our next video. So please kindly subscribe so that you also benefit. Thank you very much. Bye. Please kindly remember to click on the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel and then the notification button. Thank you very much.